Hi, welcome back to Renee with Real Estate.
Hello.
Hope everyone's doing well. Renee, how are you?
I'm good. I put on my green dress.
It's so fantastic. I love this
And
dress.
my boots.
Right?
It's getting to be fall.
Oh, that's true. It's a great fall color.
Right?
I love that.
And it's got the long sleeves. Yeah, we're getting chilly. You know we have to talk about the weather.
We do. We do. We do.
Real estate comes second.
Real estate is second to the weather.
Yeah.
So, and the weather's nice now. It's a little chilly, but.
Yeah, but weather affects real estate.
It does. Oh, that's true.
Last weekend with we had a hurricane thing last weekend,
Yeah.
and so Fred had a dead open house. Like there's
say.
things to consider in real estate. It's people tend to not want to go out and look at houses, even though I was in the rain doing it.
Still.
I just like to work with the ones that are brave.
Right, exactly.
It's snowing. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, next week you're off to Vegas.
I've never been.
Is this your first time to Vegas? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Never been to Vegas.
Wow.
I was supposed to go last year, but we had a podcast, I think, talking about the fact that we did this instead.
Oh, that's true. This was not the same time. This was
exactly
a
year ago that this place was just, drywall, sheetrock, and I'm standing in here going, I don't know what I'm doing. You're like, do you need help? I'm like, I think so.
Let's make this happen.
Let's do this. Here we are a year later.
Here we are.
Doing so many things.
So this is an eXp convention. This is the second one you can go to each year.
Right. Yeah. So like Chad has learned, and we've talked many times about our company. You're a shareholder in the company. So shareholder means that you get stock in the company, and you can earn the stock. They give the stock. There's so many ways you get stock. You get stock the day you join.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
it's a gift.
We want you to be a shareholder out the gate.
Yeah.
I think when you close your first deal, you get a bonus stock. Like I have not looked that hard into it. I just work,
Right.
but. Yeah, so the first one we talked about when I went, which was in Florida, and it was the Shareholder Summit.
Right.
Which was a much briefer conference. Not much. It was 3 days versus this is 4.
Right.
4 or 5 days. And then this one focuses on the shareholder was kind of not you necessarily were there as an agent. Because then you could be a shareholder.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so that could have been for you.
You could have stock in the company, yeah. We're publicly traded, so shareholders apply to anybody that has stock in the company, really.
Okay.
Obviously, they encourage us to go, and they award us with stock if we do.
Yeah.
But this one is, eXp Con. It's so funny because I always think of Comic-Con.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what con it is. I always think Comic-Con. I'm like, should I have a dress? Like, is there an outfit that we're all gonna wear? So it's eXp Con, and I'm currently trying to figure out what I'm going to wear for the 5 days. But yeah, because it's supposed to be like 90 degrees. Here we go, weather.
Oh, right.
90 degrees in Nevada. I'm like, this will not fly.
No, it's going to be so hot.
It'll be so hot. So yeah.
But with this, so when you go to one of the two conferences, you get the rest of your broker paid commissions back.
Not the rest. So it's broken up. Okay, from what I understand, you get, when you icon, you get 8K.
Right.
Thank you worked really hard. Here's 8K in stock, which, hello.
It's amazing.
8,000 in stock, thank you.
Right.
Then the rest are earned.
Okay.
So you could go to one of the conferences and you'll earn 2K for each conference. So the total, most you can get is 4K.
If you go to both.
If you go to both. And this will be the first year that I'm attending either. Because last year, it just wasn't possible to leave for 7 days. There was a bunch of clowns running around here with circus tents, and somebody needed to be the ringleader.
Right.
The ringleader could not be in Vegas, so here I was.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, I did take a little peek at the schedule. It looks like a lot of the emphasis of this is actually on lead gen.
Which, we'll have so much to talk about when I can talk. Yeah, so I'm excited, especially, and they're acknowledging so I was telling Chad, there's a really cool app, and it's an events app, and so you can go into the conference and you can see like every hour because there's multiple things going on at once, and there's a couple hours where I'm like, I want to do both, and I was like, this is where like you need a partner, so you'd be like, you go to that one, I'll go to this one, we'll come back together, but I've got Tuesday and Wednesday planned out. I haven't got to Thursday yet. And then Friday morning is basically like an icon event. And then I just decided instead of flying out Friday afternoon and getting home at like midnight, I would just fly like out Saturday morning, get home like at a decent hour.
Yeah.
Who's coming to get me midnight? So,
Right.
yeah, I would just chill in Vegas for a minute before we leave. But yeah, so a lot of them are lead gen focused. There's a lot of agent attraction focus. Because right now, with it getting slower, this is actually a really great time for an agent to switch. Like when you're going 100 miles an hour, to even think about changing brokerages is like, I can't even get, like it's just not, now is the time when you will see shifts. Like that's when the market does this kind of thing, you start to see people exploring other options, and that's not just our industry, like the lending industry.
Right,
they're doing a huge hustle right now for recruiting because this is when it's easier to switch.
Right.
So switching brokerages is no small feat. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll probably do like I did when I was in Nashville, and I'll be like, Chad, listen. He's like sitting there, he's like, it's like I'm listening to a podcast.
Right, exactly. Learning so much information.
Yeah, I might do that so you have stuff we can talk about, it's like he's there with me. I actually said it a few times, I'm like, why aren't you coming?
Why am I not there?
Why are you coming?
Well, and two, with eXp, because you do have that opportunity to bring agents over, which is just another stream of income.
Yeah.
Which is huge because obviously in real estate it's all commission based. So anything that you can do to be bringing in that extra income is amazing.
Especially when things
So,
hit a lull.
as I
So
say,
it's
especially
like
when
if
things are
you've
slower.
got like a community below you selling, so yes, the volume would reduce, but everybody's still working.
Right.
So you have a source of income there. I think what I love about this is even Fred's new, you've maybe seen him in other podcasts, but he's new and he was talking to a brand new other agent considering our brokerage, and even Fred had said to him, he's like, what other brokerage do you know of that will take some of their commission and give it back to the people, the agents in the organization? So, people want to say MLM, they want to say 1,000 things, but the structure is such that your split, what you take home, is completely unaffected by the agents in your tree, in your organization.
Right.
The gifting, the money that is disseminated amongst everybody comes from the brokerage itself. So the 20% that you pay in becomes a little piece of what they give to people as rewards for continuing to help build the brand of the brokerage. I'm like, that is a genius model.
It really is.
Genius model.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to work for a company that makes you feel appreciated?
Right, well, exactly. It just wants to keep giving back.
Literally, they keep
all
giving.
the time. Like, it's crazy. It's so
Yes.
crazy. Well, obviously, in terms of lead gen, there's a lot of different ways you can go about that. I mean, obviously, and even with you having been in as long as you have, paying for leads is still a very viable option, and almost something that you kind of just have to assume you're going to be doing because it is going to bring you in those leads that you would not otherwise have.
I like the word, like, assuming that you'll do it. Like, that would be a goal, I think. If
Yeah.
you're a newer agent, I would expect to budget down the road
Right?
money for lead gen.
Yeah.
Because, you do have to create your business all the time. So as you build your business and have the resources, and, we're in America, you need to write stuff off.
Right.
Write it off to help you get more business.
Right, exactly.
It just makes perfect sense. And to a degree, that makes financial sense for you and where you are.
Right.
I haven't increased my lead gen expenditure since, it's probably been 2 years I've stayed in the same place because it was just enough.
Right.
Like,
That was coming
they're like,
in.
would you I literally remember getting phone calls because they'll call your phone off the hook.
Yeah.
All kinds of lead gen options. And I remember this one guy called, he's like, hey, we'd like to know if you'd be interested in having more leads. I said, I'm really not. He said, excuse me. Because he says no, right? He's like, what? I was like, I literally can't take any more business. He goes, I never hear that. And I was like, no, I'm drowning.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. Thank you, but no, thank you.
Well, because wasn't there even something where your conversion rate was incredibly high?
Yeah,
So it was actually working really well.
yeah, I think, and that's the other thing you have to remember. When you pay for leads, there's a ratio of what you can expect to convert versus what you're getting. So there's a misunderstanding. I remember working with some of the newer agents who started to pay for leads. They thought when that lead came in, it was their client. And I'm like, no, that person doesn't know you from Adam. You have to win that person.
Right.
Just because you pay for that name and number does not make them yours. So teaching clients, teaching other agents, no, you still need to get them to know, like, and trust you,
Right.
right? So all you've done is pay for that opportunity. and then not everybody clicks with you, not everybody, we're always in flux. So somebody could run into their best friend's agent, whatever, 1,000 things can happen, and that's fine. But your ability to get a cold call to know, like, and trust you is where you develop that conversion rate from. So I guess all my years in teaching university, I don't know, or the fact that I love to talk, I don't know. Like, you get on the phone, start asking 1,000, like, where are you from? Like, I'm naturally interested in humans.
Yeah.
Like, I just like to, like, if I run into a human, like, I'm the girl sitting on the plane next to somebody, like, this will be me Sunday. So, where are you from? And the poor guy next to me, like, I just wanted to just, why are you talking to me?
I don't want to talk.
No, you're like, no, you want to talk to me. So I like to know about people, like, so and that helps to get people to know, like, and trust you.
Yeah.
They can feel that genuine,
Right.
Like you're not a paycheck.
Right, exactly. Well, and then another really cool opportunity that we're stepping into now is with the past client care. We actually brought on Dawn.
We have a
It was fabulous.
I knew, she's so cute. She's so great. Poor Dawn. Dawn, we love you. She's trying to figure out how to find her place in this world.
Right.
So Chad and I, we're like, listen, you wrestle through it and then you find your rhythm.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
Takes a little time.
Takes a minute.
But now we're actually able to kind of go back and kind of like, talk to all the past clients that you've had over the years.
Yeah.
Because that is genuinely could potentially be new business.
Well, people that know them, like assuming that those past clients still at least like and trust you.
Right.
They don't like you. I said to John, I'm like, look, you get any negativity, just move along.
Right, well, exactly.
I was like, take them off the list, move along.
Yeah.
Because I think that was one of the greatest things I learned is that everyone's not gonna like you. And the sooner you can accept that, the sooner you can grow. Because there's 6 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
You don't need them all to like you. You're not gonna all get along. So like finding the ones that you identify with and click with, the sooner you get comfortable with, like, I'm looking for those, the easier you're gonna be to grow and not get wounded if somebody leaves you, because stuff happens. Like, how like even the best intentions, sometimes things fall through the cracks, and it's a process's job. So.
Oh, it is. But just being able to like reach back out, because you never know. Someone could be moving. They may be relocating. They may need, because you have to assume that there are so many people that have starter homes who now have families, and so they need to upgrade.
It's been 6 years since I started.
Exactly.
They can have like 6 kids.
Right. Well, exactly. So as an agent, keeping up with all those past clients is a huge opportunity.
And that's been no secret. Like when I got into this business, they always said, like, this is a phrase actually that will ring true for anyone that's been in any sort of sales. The fortune is in the follow-up. And even though that I knew that phrase was true, when I had to tell that guy I couldn't take any more leads, I couldn't follow up because I was too busy with the stuff that was coming in. I was like, I'm over here drowning, and all my past clients, I love you from afar, so, creating a space where we can kind of collaborate, and I can still help them because they may need a good roofer or who knows what they need now,
Right.
that we've got enough experience and connections that we can even help them now with stuff in the home they're deciding to stay in. Like, you just don't know how you can help somebody
Right.
until you connect with them. So yeah, Dawn is going to work on, we just have to get through this basic issue with
Yeah, I know.
Technology is not our
does not always work for
friend,
us,
no.
but we'll get there. We'll get
Yeah.
there. But just building, continuing to build those relationships, so crucial.
It's so,
It's amazing.
yeah,
So,
but that's the fun of life though,
it is.
isn't
It is.
I
No,
feel
it's
like that's the
absolutely-
thing, because Chad, you're like that too though.
Yeah,
Chad
oh,
came
yeah.
from like customer service industry.
I'll
where-
talk to anybody.
The
Literally
wall.
anybody.
Sometimes it's by himself.
Right. Just talking.
Joshua. The long
Which I'll get
conversation.
him all next week while
Yeah,
you're
oh my
gone,
gosh,
so-
I'll be so done with him happy there.
Like when they come back.
When are you coming back?
I can't.
I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh.
I just found out the hotel actually takes dogs, and I was like,
Oh, I could have
I thought about it, and then I was like, oh, because then the thought of like having to get him on the plane and la la la, I was like, there's so much. But maybe down the road. Just knowing that like places are more dog friendly now
Yeah.
would really open up the doors for that little squirt. I don't know how he's doing a plane. He's horrible in cars, but he would be fine in a plane. He's not
sleeping,
really.
yeah. Driving to sleep the whole time. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I know,
He'll be fine.
Well, then there'll be so much to talk about when you come back.
Oh, I can't even wait. Like it's gonna be, and that's the thing. Like you could go to these conferences and not attend this stuff, and I just don't, like to me, and that's fine. Like if you want it, because you can go sign in, get your 2K, and then just hang out in Vegas for the week.
Oh, fair.
You know, they really don't like. There's no attendance when
Right.
you're going to these things.
Yeah.
But I love to learn.
I say there's so much knowledge.
I love to, and if you're gonna go all the way out there and pay all that money, like why wouldn't you? So
Yeah.
I'm excited to sit down today, look through Thursday, and see what's going on.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
And then there's the gala. I think that's on Friday that I haven't registered for yet. And I'm kind of like on the fence over there. I'm not one of those ones that likes to go to the like hoopla things.
Right.
Like I like to go learn like the big like. Well, how am I gonna pack that? Okay, I already thought about it. I was like, okay, I have a question for people that travel and do these things. Where do you put all your clothes? Like, so I'm looking at my suitcase. I'm like, okay, I need 5 days of work clothes, 5 days of conference clothes. Then I need my casual clothes for the evening. I was like, I need a whole. Leslie was joking today. She's like, you're the one that comes with 4 suitcases. I'm like, because.
Maybe just wait till you get there. Buy the dress when you're in Vegas.
How do I get it back?
Ship it.
Not fair.
Yeah, just put it in a box. Put it in a box.
You know my closet's already bursting with suits. My dresses home. But yeah, there's a really cool gala that they throw, and you do pay to go, but they feed you. They have really great entertainment. They have great speakers, and like they really do it up.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't spare the expense. So the thing is, if you don't go, like so for the last, I've been in for 4 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time I've gone because I was like in my mind, the expense of the trip wasn't worth the 2K in stock. And you can sit down and do math and be like, that was erroneous thinking. And I might not disagree with you because 2K in stock will accrue.
Right, yeah.
Like where, you know, the 2K that I spend to go, it might be like, you might lose that 2K then, but what are you gaining long term?
Right.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but in my mind, I was so busy moving business that I just couldn't see a way to leave for a week. Like even now, I'm like, I have to leave. Why? I'm like, oh, there's so much to do. So, but I'm, you know, it's good though. It's good. It's actually really cool to go and meet other agents from other parts of the world. Like,
no, that's true.
The Sync Summit, I sat next to a guy from Canada, where I'm from. He was in the province next to where I grew up, and like just hearing, you know, sharing stories about, you know, the trials and tribulations of being an agent and what it's like to be one in Canada during the pandemic. Like, you just have the coolest conversations.
That's awesome.
And it's one of the reasons I kind of like that I go on my own, because when you're by yourself, you can have, like, sometimes if you travel with someone, you don't talk to other people.
Right. No, that's fair.
Because you're with your person.
Yeah.
But if you go, you know, on your own, then you have this, like, revolving door conversations with people that's, like, super, super cool. And then they end up being referral partners, or it's just somebody you met that inspired you, and I don't know, it's just it's very, very cool.
That's awesome. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. Yeah. All right, well, Fun Fact Friday. Here we go.
Fun Fact Friday! Fun Fact Friday! Okay.
This one is actually Vegas based, which is so appropriate.
You went searching up some Vegas facts. Tell me.
So, the famous Las Vegas Strip is, for the most part, not located in Las Vegas.
Okay. I was on Google Maps this morning, and I'm looking for my hotels, and I'm zooming in and I'm zooming out. Okay. Interestingly, Las Vegas like sits in the middle of what seems to be desert nothingness.
Right.
Mountainous desert, whatever. And it's just like, there it is. And then the strip is actually it was labeled South Vegas. And I was like, what's going on in the rest of Vegas? Like I was like, so like I'm like scrolling through the map. I'm like, what is this place? And then like I got lost and couldn't find the strip again. But yeah, the strip is literally this like tiny little piece.
Yeah, it's actually in Paradise, Nevada.
For real?
Yeah, and Las Vegas kind of like surrounds it. So, and it's actually for tax reasons.
Really? What is it? Higher tax?
So to avoid tax, it's in a city called Paradise.
To avoid it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So to avoid tax, it's in a city called Paradise, which is completely surrounded by Las Vegas. I'm assuming because of all the gambling, you want to like keep the taxes low as you can.
You would think that the state of Nevada would want to get their taxes though.
You would think.
Like
But I guess there's
they make their money off it.
so much.
So it's so funny. We talk about Vegas, and I'm not even touched on gambling, which is like when people hear Vegas, they think gambling.
Yeah.
All I can talk about is that I'm gonna go see Cirque du Soleil.
Right. which is a very good reason.
I'm like gambling. I do though. I just said this to the girl at Starbucks this morning, and I'm gonna watch it on Saturday, I think. But Ocean's 11. When I think Vegas, I just think Ocean's 11, which is so old now. But all stacked cast, stacked actors, and I remember. And true story. Since I watched that film, I was like, I want to stay in one of those hotels, like. And I actually was saying to Stephanie, or no, to Leslie, I was like, I wish I would have booked the Bellagio, because the Bellagio is the one that's got the huge fountain that plays to music or whatever. And I'm like, why would I pick the MGM Grand? The MGM Grand is closest to where the convention is. Like the Bellagio is even further. But still, I was like, I could have walked. Like, so, no, but Leslie said that the MGM Grand, she thinks, you can disagree if you watch this, but she thinks it's nicer than the Bellagio.
Interesting.
So I will find out, because I plan to walk to the Bellagio just to watch the fountains and maybe wander inside. Well, the casino's there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So there's wander inside, but it's Mandalay Bay where the conference is being held. So like Mandalay Bay is like here, and then 2 streets is the MGM Grand, and then like 3 more streets is the I did this on Google this morning.
We gotta know.
How far is it from? And then I was like, where's the pool?
That's also.
I was like, and then the pool for MGM Grand seems like it's like another street behind it. Like MGM Grand seems to take up this like, I don't know yet, we'll find out. Yeah, but the pool looked like it was so crowded. I'm like, no.
It's 90, so I guess that's fair.
I know. I kind of want to just sit with a book.
Yeah,
and
you
chill.
can do it.
We'll see. I'll have more stories. I'll have
That's right.
loads of stories when I get back.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you.
Thank you for doing this.